What's going on, everybody? It's me, your boy AJ Red. I'm back again with another episode of the AJ Red Show. And tonight we have a couple of topics we're going to go over. But of course, tonight, the very first one seems to be very evident. But before we get into all of that, please, please, if this is your first video, please go ahead now and hit the subscribe button so that when I upload these videos or go live, you can be one of the first ones to comment in the videos. Yes, comment in the comment section and let me know what you thought about the videos, the topic, and my opinion. I'm trying to see what the fuck is that. And make sure to hit the thumbs up button. That's the like button. Hit the like button, the thumbs up button. And make sure to share these videos. Stop being so goddamn selfish and keeping them to yourself. And for the other thing is, for all of the ones that are leaving, listen, it takes a lot of tenacity. It takes a lot of get up to bring your ass down here and unsubscribe to my channel. So clearly, after I did the video about Big Dank, a lot of people decided to unfollow me. I mean, I don't know if they were my big fans, but I mean, shit. What I've learned in this lifetime is what you lose, you'll gain again. And so I'm done with that. So I don't know who's decided to leave, and I really don't give a damn. But for those who decide to follow me, all the rave, welcome to the family. You're with the best of the best, although you've seen the rest. But anyway, nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and get started with tonight's show. So, without further ado, I would like to go ahead now and say, rest in paradise, Angie Stone, Angela Brown Stone. I'm sure you all have already heard that Angie Stone has passed away in a vehicle crash in Montgomery, Alabama. It's quite crazy to find out. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I don't usually do this shit, but give me 1 second. Oh. All right, my bad, y'all. I done fucked around there and got full of that oil. And y'all know I write shit down and I forgot my topics out there in the comment area. So I had to go get my shit and bring it up in here. But anyway, yes, rest in paradise to Angie Stone, R&B singer, legendary icon Angie Stone, who passed away in a vehicle accident, leaving Mobile, Alabama, on the way to Atlanta to perform as she was on a road tour. This comes as such a shock to the nation, to the African American community, to the music community. This is one that really hit me by that really shocked me. I can honestly tell you with some of the things that I see, um, differently than some others, and I don't want to get too much into it, but there are some things that I see a lot of the time. And one of the things that I saw Angie Stone over the last 5-year period, I've basically seen the Grim Reaper all around Angie Stone in the last 5 years. Every video that I saw, every performance that I've seen in the last 5 years or so, I've basically seen this death all over her. I'm getting a phone call, y'all. So I basically seen death all over her. It's one of the visions I don't like. It's one of the things, one of the freaky things, one of the freaky gifts that I have. And I can't really say that I call it a gift because it's not so much as such. But with that being said, I watched her last video, or should I say her most recent, and it was pertaining to Angie informing the people, if you will, that she had been made aware that she had been basically robbed of her whole entire career, right? That she was robbed of basically her rights, her royalties, her mechanicals, and several other financial gains as it pertains to her music, the writing of it, the producing of it, and of course the vocals. She mentioned that she had um, been basically kind of in the process of trying to regain those royalties and those rights and trying to rectify the situation to best serve her. Um, she talked to us about the fact that she, had placed people like many artists do and many famous people do. She's placed people in position to safeguard her from um, these the clutches of basically having to be one of those artists working 40 years plus. Because listen, she was 63. And let's just be honest, some people were saying that she looks her age, this and that and the third. But if you followed Angie Stone's career, especially here recently, you would know that she struggled through several health battles. Most recent is when she was I think she said she did a show or something like that, or something was going on, and she was in the presence of others, and all of a sudden it just went black, and she passed out, and she ended up in the hospital with a blood infection, basically kind of deeming her as septic, right? And when you're septic, the odds of getting on the other side of that in a positive aspect, um, it's very difficult. As you guys know, I'm in the nursing field, and I've seen a lot of things. So I do understand uh, in which the capacity in which she spoke of what she was going through, and what the possibility is, and how great the possibility is that she could have lost her life during this battle. Um, And that wasn't the first issue that Angie Stone has had. That's not the first battle that she's had health wise. And she's really gone through something. Let me tell you something. When I saw it and heard about it, when I tell you it broke me so bad, because I did not want to do this part. I did not want to report on the passing of Angie Stone. Let that be known. Reason being because, as I was just on the phone telling my friend Jessica, I was like, the only other celebrity, especially but in any genre of music or acting, of any of them, right? The only ones that I've really felt the passing of, like dearly, like to my heart, to where it felt like it was a family member, was Whitney Houston. Is I cried a week when Whitney Houston died. Michael passed before her. I had some I had some emotions about Michael's passing, but it was just not nearly um, as in depth as it was when Whitney passed. And so I'm kind of feeling the same thing with Angie. Angie Stone just felt like that older cousin of mine that has always been there, that I can always talk to when life is going out of just out of sorts, out of character, just in a disarray of life, right? She seemed like that cousin you can go to the house and talk to her in the morning. She making coffee, good bacon, eggs, and that kind of thing. Or in the night, she's inviting you over for a good dinner, a good South Carolina dinner. Um, and just talking out your issues with you, and just being there with you, standing in solidarity with you as a cousin, um, to assist you through the things in life that were actually attacking you at that time, regardless of what they may have been. Your light bill is late, your man acting up, you having health issues, uh the rent ain't paid, those kind of things, the kind of things that some of us average Black folk have been through. Angie Stone just seemed like that cousin to go to. Angie Stone, they call her the mother of neo soul. And when I saw that, I agree with it so wholeheartedly. I realized that Angie was shoved so far into the back after a while because she was out during the 90s, right? But when you look at it, female artists like Jill Scott, that's what we look up to now as far as the neo soul version, carrying on the torch in which Angie Stone started. So Angie Stone to me is she really represents the mother of neo soul. She's always had positive lyrics. She just, I don't know, she just exuded that person you just always look forward to having that hug. And they smell so good, and they were so soft, you know. Um, and I'm gonna miss the fact that my cousin is gone. Um, I'm deeply hurt by it. So I'm really trying to get through this segment without feeling the ways about it. Um, Now, on the other side of that, as I spoke about earlier, about the fact that she mentioned that Universal Records had robbed her of, her mechanical rights, um, of royalties, right? And that she was still out there at the tender age of 63, trying to make that coin, trying to take care of those kids, and trying to make a legacy for herself, continuing to make a legacy for herself, because vocally, lyrically, if you've ever listened to Angie Stone's music, she's already in your heart. She's already in your soul, just like Jill Scott is. Um, but you have to understand, after so long of working, 63 years old, like she mentioned it in her previous video, she should have been able to retire 20 years ago. But she was still out working on the road, trying to provide and keep that stability for her children. As she mentioned, that the fathers of her children, her two children, did not contribute uh, to the well-being and the raising of the children, right? And one of those we know also as R&B singer of the 90s, D'Angelo, in which it was rumored that at once upon a time that D'Angelo and Angie Stone um, were wed. I don't know it to be true for certain. I take it at face value. I heard it. I believe it, whether it's true or not. And that's just my opinion. I don't give a fuck what you think. But anyway, nevertheless, she was just trying to make a life for um, a continuous life for herself and a legacy for her children and grandchildren. Um, I feel as though I agree with her. She should have been able to, retire 20 years ago. Angie is an icon. She's like, I don't know, like I would put her over there with, like, I can't say the Shaka Khans and the Anita Bakers, but of my time, she was an Anita Baker of my time. Um, and y'all feel free to speak, the 40 plus club. Angie was there, honey. But anyway, speaking to the other side of that, there are so many people putting out videos now saying that Angie was unalived purposely by the powers that be because she chose to speak out about her her journey and her trials in her late part of life, 63, to where most people working a 9 to 5 are looking to retire at 65. This woman is a fucking legend. This woman is a celebrity. She should have not been still like out here working to make a living for herself and her family. Um, People are assuming or dishing out the fact that she may have been unalived by, again, like I said, the powers that be. The the part of me that is so um, I guess you would say not superstitial, but what's the word I'm searching for? Okay, conspiracy theorists. The part of me that feels conspiracy theoretic agrees with that, and I will tell you this: percentage wise, I would say maybe about a 75 to 80% of me agrees with that. Um, and that's coupled with the fact of what I'm able to see, getting phone calls, of what I'm able to see spiritually and in 3D. I say that because the fact that I've seen death all around her all this while for the last 4 or 5 years, coupled with there were, excuse me, there was something to come. And I feel like that's something to come may have resulted in something as simple as the fact that she has decided to speak out about what's going on with her. And who's my sister? Oh, she asked me about her anxiety medicine and she can take half and all that stuff. Okay. Um, the fact that she spoke out about it, it's typically a lot of the time when celebrities speak out about um, big corporations, big record companies, and producers and producing companies um, are just basically outing people, right? Uncovering those truths that we, as the conspiracy theorists, have already kind of indoctrined and birthed in our own minds. The fact that so shortly after that video, I feel like those two things were coupled. Um, I too feel like there was some foul play because if you read the report, it was 4:35 in the a.m. that the accident was reported. And that was 4:35 Saturday morning a.m. I and I'm 17 minutes. I gotta hurry up. Um, I thought to myself, was she in the back of the Sprinter, one of those kind that she's laying in the bed sleeping, and that's why she's the only one that passed away because she did not have a seatbelt on. But then I thought to myself, maybe she was also in a seat, reclined, getting some rest for the next day's performance on the way. Thinking to myself, was it something on the driver? Did a tire blow? What happened? Because reports said that the vehicle, the Sprinter, flipped, and that then after it flipped, it was hit by a semi. Um, and looking at the condition of the Sprinter, it seems as though, the way it was, just as the rest of the 8 people survived, that Angie should have been one to survive as well. Now, this took me back to the time when Left Eye was unalived over, I think, in Honduras, if I'm correct, in that Hummer, when everybody survived but her. Um, it took me back to a time again where conspiracy in my mind, in my life, first began, and it awakened in me to see what was going on with the people. So, for those of you who are asking and questioning me, or what do I think? Yes, I did see death all around Angie the last 5 years. The next thing is, yes, I do believe that there is, in my opinion, there is some foul play at hand, and I feel like we deserve the truth. I think that her children deserve the truth. I think that her grandchildren, her fans, deserve the truth. But will we get it? Is the question. So at this point, it seems as though we have to just right now pray for Angie, pray for her family, and be thankful that she was a gift to us. Be thankful that the universe and that God saw fit to give us such a treasure, um, such a beautiful gift, such a beautiful, just bright light of life. And for that, I have to say, with that, Angie, thank you for all that you've done, all that you've given us. I think that what you've done is going to timelessly um, um, just disperse itself throughout time, and she's going to be forever known as an icon and a legend, and people will remember you And we love you, Angie. Um, I love you much. All right. Okay, on to the next thing. What am I going to talk about next? Let's see. So I know that you all, especially you ladies out there, and some of you gays and some of you others, y'all have a tendency to want to go get y'all bald ass head braided. Even though you know your hair ain't 9 minutes to 10 long, and definitely because it's not 9 minutes to 10 long or more, you definitely got to go down there and get that bald scalp or get it taken care of, right? So it has come to the attention of I guess FDA regulations. I don't know what the fuck it came to the attention of, but definitely the public, the public, that braiding hair has a cancerous chemical that lies within it. So now, for all y'all go to the hair store, they say that there's uh brands shake and go for you shake and go church ladies, strippers, whores on the street, women of the night, I guess I should call you, magic fingers, uh Sally Collection and Sensational and more. There are so many more brands that have been found with chemical components that cause its cancer. Now, when I saw this shit, to me, basically, this said to me that several things. Some of the ones I see, some of y'all that wear y'all braids so long to the fact that you basically got that little right there. You looking like Homer and shit. You going bald, or either your edges are ate out in the front or ate out in the back, all around that motherfucker. I'm sorry. My heart goes out to y'all because y'all gonna have to find something else. For all you bald headed bitches out there, y'all gonna have to find y'all something else to use because this hair that they have been transferring to you all may be human hair, but at the end of the day, it's mostly synthetic, as you see over yonder way. Synthetic hair. So for you broke bitches, stop buying that synthetic and go down there and buy you some human hair. Get you some human hair to braid your nappy bald ass head with. Because although your hair ain't 9 minutes to 10 long, and you figure the best way is for you to go down into the beauty store and get you a few packs of that long shit and go down there and pay that, $40-$45 to get your hair braided. That shit ain't gonna work no more. Now your braider might pay, might charge you $45-$40, maybe $50 to braid your shit. Depending on whether they baby daddy paid child support this month or the food stamp working to cut off the shit. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how hard it is to make a dollar for them at that moment, they're gonna braid your shit. It's gonna be whatever they charge you. They're gonna charge you a little, they may charge you a lot, but they're gonna charge you if they got any good goddamn sense. But I'm telling you this right now: for y'all that's buying your own hair and bringing it over to the salon or to your kitchen stylist, bitch, you better get you some human hair, because you sitting there to me, I'm gonna get these braids for Essence Fest. I'm gonna get these braids for Mardi Gras and all this shit. Okay, fine. You bald headed bitch, that's fine. You know you ain't got no hair. You know shit going on up there. But at the end of the day, for the most part that when they braid your hair, the shit look like stitches. Even for you bitches, I'm telling you right now, that's part of the reason why your shit look like somebody took a sewing needle and sewed in your head like a Barbie doll or one of the little rag dolls. But what I'm trying to put you on game about is stop fooling with that cheap shit. So for y'all that's taking that food stamp card going over there to that to use that cash amount to get that synthetic shake and go hair, cut it loose. You need to cut it. If you can't afford Brazilian hair or some real hair or Colombian or whatever the fuck they got out there on the market now, the best thing for you is to take that shit you got and wash it and condition that shit in some mane and tail and grease your bald ass head like they did the baby. Grease your bald nickel ass head like they did them babies with some sulfur 8 or some mane and tail and sit your bald headed ass down about 6 months or so and put a little vitamin oil on there. When you stitch that shit up, put you some oil on it. Because see, that be the problem. Y'all bald headed ass already got, bad genes. Your hair already nappy. You already looking like Krusty the Clown and shit like that. That's why a lot of y'all don't wear no natural. And I'm gonna be the one to say it. People, why black women don't wear their natural hair now? Cause them bitches look like Respucia when she took that wig off. Everybody can't be no Esther Roll. Esther Roll might have been sweating and shit and had them little black marks from the mascara coming out or that dye from her shit. But Esther Roll kept her mini fro picked. Now I had an argument the other day about Esther Roll ain't had no fro and all that. She had a mini fro. I don't give a shit. The bottom line is, whatever the law blessed Esther Roll with, she made sure even when it got silver, she picked out her shit. But the problem is, y'all don't like taking care of y'all hair. Women, I'm sorry, cousins, y'all like taking care of y'all shit. That's why y'all rather go down there to the 5 and Dime or to Big Betty's beauty store or Big Bertha beauty store and buy y'all some of that hair and shit and glue it on or sew it on, all that shit to make you protecting your hair. You ain't protecting shit because all that stuff you're sewing up in there in the first place, synthetic. That synthetic shit don't last when you curl it. Stop buying it. I know a little bit about hair, and I guarantee you, buying that old cheap ass shit to my old girl, this the style right here I want. Let me get this style right here. But at the same time, you get that style, you wonder why it's not looking the way it was looking when you saw it on Instagram, bitch, because you didn't buy the same quality of hair that bitch over there in the Instagram picture bought. You went bought that Yaki, you went bought that shaking go shit, and lo and behold, you sit there trying to figure out why your hair not growing, because the myth was if you braid your hair, it'll grow. Secret, ladies, if you braid your hair, bitch, it'll grow. But if you keep going down and getting all that other shit, there's no wonder why y'all can't get I'm searching for this shit. It's coming to me. Y'all can't get no prosperity in your hair. You ain't trying to enlarge your territory, bitch. It ain't working because braid your shit, grease it good, oil it, wash and condition it on the regular, and watch God move. You understand what I'm saying to you? Watch God move. You want God to enlarge your territory and all things, and you bald headed in the motherfucker. Go down there and go down into your church. Stop going and pay somebody that don't give a shit about your hair to put them Tweedlees in your shit, and then you coming back. I'm gonna say a month or two later, and that's for the respectable time, because some of you bitches like to keep the motherfuckers 6 months. Now, some braids are made to keep for 6 months, but some of you bald head motherfuckers don't pay for that. So that means it ain't gonna work. For all you sisters down in the choir section, the usher section, and just to be in the congregation or the deaconess board, stop taking your ass down there buying them shake and go wigs out the bag and sticking them on your head. Okay? That's why some of y'all down there shouting and carrying on, and when you're shouting and shit, the thing fall off your head like an old battle helmet, because everything underneath that done thin the fuck out, because you done fool around got cats about the head. Because you squeezing that bitch on every Sunday. You walking in your two-piece suit with your heels. I can't say heels because most of the ones that wear them shake and goes, they ain't wearing no heels. They wearing pumps, bitch. They wearing pumps. 2.5, 3-inch heels. Them deaconess heels. Y'all seen them motherfuckers. Y'all see, they ain't about that big. And chances are, if it ain't the corns, it's the spine of the fucking foot. So chances are them shoes, when they walking, them bitches flopping off and on in the back, trying to make sure the heel and shit, the callus on there don't fuck nothing up. You know what I'm saying? And now what you end up with the spine of your foot all fucked up because it done been rubbed by them Payless shoes all that time doing service on every Sunday. I'm talking to y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, that praise and worship. Throw your hands up high, wave in the sky, that kind of shit. You can't throw your hands up, your hair going with that shit. Stop putting them on your head. Go down there. It's same thing. Go for Sister Alma. Ain't no different. Take your ass on over there and let somebody wash and condition your hair instead of that wig and put that on and wear it. You got to go through your ugly face. Braid your shit like this here on Sunday and let the Lord bless you. Sometimes you just got to walk in and I shall wear a crown. Why you expect Jesus to give you a gold crown when the one you already got, you ain't keep that motherfucker intact? Put some oil on it. Put some shampoo on it, a little conditioner, some grease. I was raised off mane and tail and sulfur 8. Look at the results. Not to mention, well, y'all know they say all black folks in my day mixed with Indian and Cherokee and all that shit. But fuck that. If I show y'all a picture of my grandma had hair down to her ass, and that's just on one side of the family. So again, my mother raised us with mane and tail. Mane and tail and sulfur 8. Look at this shit. Y'all talk about how beautiful my hair is. Thank you, Miss Geraldine. Stop playing around with all that fake hair. Tend to your shit, because even at the end of the day, if your bald-headed ass lay around and make it to 50 or 60 something, you started cutting this short because you want to bob, you want doing all that. Then you get around a certain age and the shit won't grow no more. And you hiding about something stunting my growth. I'm asking the Lord for deliverance. Stop asking Jesus for stupid shit. Stop asking the Lord for dumb shit. So is a man, so does a man think, and so is he. Well, think of yourself as smarter and with a head full of hair. Instead of over in the church all the time, shouting, acting a goddamn fool. I'm better than everybody else. I'm all that. Them women, they get home and they talk about you on the phone. I know my grandma did it. Oh, you saw that wig on so and so here. You saw that dress. You saw this. That kind of stuff. So please, when you're going down to the altar and asking God for all of these things, ask God to grow your edges. Ask God to give you better judgment on what you should use to put on, on your crown. What kind, Lord, oh Biblios, what crown should I wear today? He gonna tell you your own. He gave you a crown. You keep taking your silly ass back down into the Asian store. Seeing what you see on the 5 dime store dummy, and you want to buy that right out the mannequin and stick it on your head. So if y'all learn nothing else, please learn and understand this. Y'all got to do better, because all this shit with this hair catching cancer. It's not worth it. But I know there was something. The same thing with the perms. The perms is fucking up your brains, and they doing autopsies and finding slime on your brain and stuff. Some of y'all out there just killing yourself. Go in the kitchen and do what Big Mama taught you, and use the hot comb or something. You want flat hair, and first of all, you got to grow some hair to have flat iron, and you can't be flat ironing your shit and your hair come to, you know what I'm saying? Wait a minute over here. And your hair fool around come up to here. Now you just step there and blue out and flat iron it. Where I'm at. Look, see, y'all see my ear at? You can't step there and flat iron your hair. And when it's straight, your hang time comes above your ear. That's man or woman, punk, trans, or fag. That's what you want to call it. I don't give a damn who you are. This is hair, bitch. Try the spirit by the spirit, bitch. All homegrown. I ain't put nothing in there. And ain't no cancer nowhere in this, bitch. You understand what I'm saying to you? Wake up and learn y'all some sense. Women, I don't want to demean any female, but at the end of the day, use what God has given you. When you're saying you want to grow your start with your hair. Start with your hair. That's your crown and glory. But see, y'all be so fucking fake, your crown and glory, you end up going into your crown and glory becomes again someone else's crown. Some Brazilian woman you ain't never met. Some Colombian woman you ain't, some Peruvian woman you ain't never met, but you win her crown. Grow your shit. Okay. I'm gonna just keep doing this for you bald headed hoes that's probably sitting out there hating right now. Now, anybody with a condition that ain't got no hair, we ain't talking to you. I got to make myself very clear. Alopecia, propecia, whatever you may have going on with your hair, if that's a medical condition you have, we ain't talking to you. Let me be very clear. If you have a condition with your hair, because I don't want to get cancer behind no shit, nobody fucking with me or leaving a channel behind bald-headed bitches. If you got a condition, skip this part. Laugh at it. Get your chuckles. Hold your belly, bitch, and get your smile, you know. But we ain't talking to you. We talking to the bald-headed bitches that go down there, you know, with their hair 9 minutes to 10 long and get in the chair and leave out it with it 10 minutes to 5. Okay? Okay. All right, 36 minutes in. My last topic, because I ain't doing much today, y'all. I don't hear me talking about my inconsistency, but I don't give a shit. I'm doing what I can. All right. So now, if y'all follow me, y'all know that I have covered Married to Medicine for seasons on end. I've mentioned before that I've chosen not to follow not Married to Medicine, but just like reporting on episodes of reality TV because y'all bitches don't watch. Y'all bitches don't like. Y'all only like to watch and click and thumbs up when I'm dogging a bitch out. Because y'all in TS Medicine say us bitches from Louisiana know how to read a bitch, you know, and I agree. But I just kind of stopped, focusing on it as much because it got kind of mundane. But it was still, still beefy. But recently, if you're watching Married to Medicine this season, there's been a lot that has gone on. And one of the biggest things was the fact that Dr. Gregory, of course, and Quad divorced years ago, but they've now, Dr. Gregory has remarried. Quad has begun since to dating this guy, King. Phaedra has also been introduced as a castmate on the show. This has been her second season. The first season ran pretty good with the girls having a lot of questions about Phaedra and what makes her tick, what she's hiding, what pisses her off, what are her secrets, what can we do to make this bitch, just flip out. And I've been watching, of course, because I still watch even though I don't report. The biggest thing has been, and I'm tipsy and I'm hungry, y'all. I ain't want to cover this shit. But the biggest thing has been those three afflictions I just mentioned. Now, I'm going to address them one by one. I'm going to do it quickly because I'm already at 40 minutes. Between King, Dr. Gregory, Quad, I blame them all. I blame them all because y'all are too immature. First of all, it's too soon. And you were all very fucking immature about the situation and about how to handle it. And the proper healing had not only not yet begun, but it was not done between Gregory, and Quad. And then I watched further as the altercation between King and Dr. Gregory took place. And so even after that, I saw when Dr. Gregory and Sweet Tea left the trip and went back to Atlanta. Greg, at first, I had caught so much smoke behind the scenes, sticking up for you when I fought the quad for the entire thing, kicking off on this trip. And people were saying that, Quad had so much hurt that she endured with Dr. Gregory and yada yada yada. She never got it out. And I combated that. I railed against it. But looking at how Dr. Gregory talked to Sweet Tea after they made it back home from the trip, um, it quickly gave me a reset of what I thought about Dr. Gregory during he and Quad's marriage, um, being married in the duration all the way through to the end, up until this point. And I do now understand why Gregory was left. I even fought the king for defending Quad in the manner in which he decided to defend her. And some of that I still stand on. But ultimately, I think my biggest issue now again, circle back and resides with Dr. Gregory. Because had it not been to me, in my opinion, had it not been for Dr. Gregory's outbursts, his actions, his emotions with Quad during their marriage, I feel as though this moment in time now would not be present. And what I mean by that is the fact that if even during the time that he and Quad were married, when they engaged into marital counseling, couples counseling at their home and stuff, I really feel like Quad at this point now would have been more of favor to acquiesce to Dr. Gregory's demands as far as having a child, um, giving him, because I always said that, oh, the least you could have did was give him a child and all that stuff, but that keeps you connected to the person. So I'm kind of giving Quad big ups for going ahead and keeping that sacred and keeping that child locked and not, because I'm inclined to believe she probably was on birth control the entire time just to make sure. And to see if Dr. Gregory, with his short, annoying voice, having ass, would have finally grown the fuck up to think that it's not all about the manly side, but it's as a marriage, it's a partnership. And I feel as though now I'm again now back in Quad's corner, seeing how he treated Sweet Tea. I see now why Gregory was by himself. I think Gregory probably should um, enroll himself into therapy, mental therapy. I think that he should spend some time alone trying to figure out what is it that he has embedded in himself that makes him feel so macho and feel so chauvinistic, to the point to where he feels like at some point he can unleash this fury of his chauvinistic side to his significant other, regardless of who they may be. Um, Child, family's crazy. The motherfucker tomorrow, she done took a medicine. She make me feel anxious. Shit out. Child, apparently I'm gonna have to do a fucking virtual visit with a family member after I'm done with this. But I love you still, sis. But I feel as though Gregory, um, with the outburst he had back at the hotel with Sweet Tea, I feel like, again, all that was said with, Quad and King fucking 15 times a week, and I'm pretty sure it's more. And I don't blame him. I don't blame. When you have somebody you really feeling and you just can't keep your hands off of them, people say, well, I don't want to be doing too much of that because at the end of the day, here's somebody else call. Hey, I'm in the middle of a recording. I'm gonna call you back. Okay. I don't know. Everybody decides to call me when I'm doing my stuff, but I feel like Dr. Gregory is the nucleus of, again, I reiterate and come back, I circle back to that point where I feel like Dr. Gregory is the nucleus of all the issues that he and Quad had. Because to me, at some point, Quad was just a bitch that was too much. She was doing too much. She required too much. She wanted too much. She damn sure said too much. And even in this instance, honestly, but all this going on, I still fault them all for this situation. It's becoming ghetto. I fought Akeem, Gregory. I fought Quad for getting drunk and speaking her fucking mind, being upfront when she should have dealt with those issues before she met King. And Dr. Gregory should have dealt with the issues that he had before he met Sweet Tea. But ultimately, on the top of everything for this debacle on the sandbar, I ultimately fought Dr. Heavenly. I fought Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly, bitch, you wrong. You had no business. Although these two were already on the trip or already on the cast, you understand what I'm saying? I fought Dr. Heavenly for the bullshit that she pulled with Phaedra and Apollo. Why in the everlasting fuck, other than for production reasons, why would you invite Apollo and his wife, which was formerly his fucking mistress, when Apollo and Phaedra were married? She is one of the little bitches that was fucking on Apollo when they were married. So why would you choose to invite this woman down to the trip, or even Apollo? You know why? To get Married to Medicine the ratings. To find out what the fuck, what made Phaedra tick, to piss Phaedra off because Phaedra was too polished. I'm not saying Phaedra was above any of these women. When she said mean girls or these kind of bitches, all of these women on this show are very accomplished in their own right. And I respect it all. I bow to it all of it, including Phaedra. But at the end of the day, I do not blame Phaedra for getting the fuck out of there and taking a private jet and removing herself from a toxic situation. Although you told Phaedra about this, and it may have been a setup, we don't know. We'll never know unless somebody comes out and says so. I feel as though that is something that you do not do. You know what I mean? And Heavenly is constantly saying that she's trying to understand the part that she's played in all the hoopla that has taken place between Phaedra and Apollo and Shireen. Now, Shireen, bitch, like Phaedra say, you bad built bitch, you ought not have a word to say, because at the end of the day, you are just the whore, the fucking whore that managed to become a wife after the wife stepped out of the picture. You are basically nothing but a home wrecker. You an ill-built home wrecker. You are a busted pan of a busted can of biscuits that were, that's a homemaker. I mean, a home wrecker. And you over there trying to play mama to Phaedra's children. Bitch, she don't need you. Because Khadijah don't need you, bitch. She don't need you. But nothing was funnier than, to me, in that episode of all that shit that went on the sandbar, or when Phaedra tried to get up to address Sweet Tea, when Sweet Tea asked her, who the fuck invited Apollo in this bitch? And his mistress. That's like having a TV show with talk show celebrity hosts, and Wendy Williams being one of them, and you invite, Wendy Williams and her new man is on there doing well, and you invite Kevin, old bad hips having ass, and that bitch he got Shireen. These bitches, Shireen and Shireen, these bitches are basically known for taking men. If your man got a bitch named Shireen, Sheree, or no, ain't Sheree, because Sheree can't pay. Shireen or something like that, or Serena or Sharina, not Serena, Sharina, whatever that bitch name is, get out of Dodge, bitch. Collect your coins, make sure your prenup is up to par, and get out of Dodge. But as far as Married to Medicine had a standard of respect and had a certain standard of basically married to medicine. That's what I don't understand about these motherfucking shows now. Married to this, married to that, but a lot of motherfuckers on the show ain't married to nothing but their ding-a-ling and balls. I don't understand. I don't get it. But let's get back to the show exuding what it's entitled, Married to. And even if Quad is on her way to marrying King, I want to see at least in the next season, King and Quad at least talking about marriage and making marriage plans. I need to see Sweetie and Dr. Gregory either pregnant and happy or either separated and satisfied, one or the other. Phaedra and Apollo. I'm sure there's no words because Phaedra is allegedly probably not coming back next season because of all this shit. When she said Mean Girl shit, I understand what she meant by Mean Girls, why she left. Because that's some Mean Girl shit to invite a motherfucker on there, your ex on there, and then because you have not found the depths of me and all of my trash and all of my loathing and all of my negative stuff, you choose to try and pull me out of my shell by doing treacherous, underhanded, sneaky things. And I just don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. But anyway, that's the end of this. I'm 52 minutes in. I gave y'all ass 3 topics and what I thought about them. If y'all don't like them, then too bad. Love y'all anyway. But last but not least, please make sure to, if this is your first video, subscribe to the channel and make sure that when I go up live, I'll give these, go up. Wait, shit, I'm drunk. When I go live or upload these videos, you can be one of the first ones to jump in the chat and the comment section and let me know what you think about the video and my opinion and the topic. Also, the thumbs up button. That's a like button. YouTube goes up for it, and so do I. Shit. So please, please, please make sure to hit the like button. Last but not least, please make sure to share these videos with a friend, family member, cousin, co-worker, next door neighbor, somebody that has common interest with you or even ain't got no common interest. Fuck that. Share this shit anyway and let their ass watch it and come to their own conclusion. All right? Anyway, I love you guys so much, as I always do. Thank you for everything that you do for me and for the channel. I look for us to grow more as a family, cousins. Join. And last but not least, again, I say for the third time, please make sure, if nothing else, love on yourself more than you love on others, okay? More than you love on others. And make sure that if you're loving on anybody in particular, no matter what that looks like, make sure that they're giving you that same love back, right? Make sure it's reciprocal. Because if not, it could be in vain. And that's taken away from your spiritual growth. It's taken away from your savings of spirituality, your love for yourself, and all of that. So what you give, you look to give back in some capacity. So make sure you ain't getting, you're not living in lanyard land, giving all this love and not receiving any. Anyway, from your cousin here, I love you guys so much. Thank you for all that you do for me. I ask for so much, I feel, but in return, you seem to give me so much more just by showing up. And for that, I want to say thank you guys, and I love you so much. Now my hair's in a whole disarray. I feel like I did a whole fucking Tina Turner concert. Anyway, love you guys so much. To the next video. Later.